Hey, welcome back to my channel. I make weekly art tutorials, paint-alongs, and vlogs. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I am essentially I've just finished editing a video and I really want to dedicate some time to, I guess, sketchbook time, if you like, even though it's 3 a.m. at the moment. So I figured that it would be nice if we could do it together, just do a couple of paintings. It will be super quick. But yeah, join me. I want to do loose florals just so that I can relax and go to sleep. Feel free to join in if you want, or just feel free to watch. By all means, say hi if you're watching it live, or drop me a comment if you're watching it on the replay. I also thought it might be fun. I'm going to do two paintings on two different papers, and then I will see which I like best or which you guys like best. But I'm not going to tell you what the papers are so as to not bias anyone, if that makes sense. Yeah. So we'll start with this one first. I'm going to be using my Roman Schmall palette, and Roman Jackson's is actually having a sale on Roman Schmalls at the moment. So if you wanted to get it, now is the time. Hey guys. Welcome. Yes, it's 3 a.m. I don't know, to be perfectly honest, my aim was to actually start this live stream at 10 and then editing the video that is going to go up tomorrow just took way longer than expected, and it took like an hour and a half to upload to save, sorry, and I couldn't go live while it was saving. So here we are at 3 a.m. No, I literally just started. I pretty much just started now. So yeah, I've said I'm going to be using my Roman Schmall paints. Jackson's is having a sale on Roman Schmall paints at the moment, and I've linked it down below in the description in case you want to get it. And I am going to be doing two floral paintings on two different papers. I'm not going to tell you what paper is what, and then we'll see which one everyone likes most. So thank you all so much for joining. Hey, Dark Roast. Hey, Mary Louise. Hey, Miss Ebony. Hey, Rachel. Yeah, so my lives are almost always like random time, based entirely on how I feel at the moment. So I kind of want to do four colors. I did do another painting earlier while I was waiting to go live. And I feel like I keep getting drawn to the same colors, but I'll keep doing them. So this is Mineral Violet, and you guys can see that here. I'm just going to do some loose florals just in case anyone does want to kind of paint along and they're kind of a little bit stuck. I'm going to start off with the rose, and the way that I do the roses is by doing like a backward C, and then I do an actual C, and then I do a backward C, and I just keep repeating that and getting bigger and bigger and not connecting every single bit. And you'll see that I'm kind of like trying to be rough with it. I just tend to find that that makes it look more organic. And the further out I get, the lighter I get. And by that, I mean the more water I add. You don't always have to do that, but I just feel like it looks a little bit nicer. What's everyone else doing? Is anyone painting? I feel like I haven't painted in so long. Way too long. So now I'm adding some permanent alizarin crimson to that mineral violet mixture. And again, I started with the C, and then I'm doing a backward C that goes around, and then another C, and then a backward C. And I'm using different amounts of pressure on my brush to get different strokes, if that makes sense. So when I want to do a thin line, like at the start of the C, I put light pressure. And then when I want like a thicker petal, I then put in more pressure. I haven't painted in Well, actually, tell a lie. I did do painting earlier on in the week. I just didn't like record it. I just sat down, watched TV, and then did some painting. And it was actually really nice to just relax. The painting itself was like hit or miss, but it was actually quite nice to just get the opportunity to do that. So now I'm adding some quinacridone gold hue to this permanent alizarin crimson. And should we do a peony? Let's do a peony. Thank you. I feel like if I were to like, I love doing loose florals because I find them like relaxing to paint. But I tend to love the way that my landscapes turn out even more so. Like I really like gouache landscapes, but if I were to do that at 3 a.m., only God knows what time we would finish. So at least with this, we can say that there'll be, a little bit more of a guaranteed end time. Oh, I'm so glad they came. I'm really, really glad. And I'm sure that you are very glad too. Thank you so much, Dark Roast. Hey, Laurie. I am using my Roman Schmoll paints. Jackson's is having a sale on them at the moment, and I've linked it in my description, but it had me thinking that I should use them again. Although I've been using them quite a bit because there's something about them. I don't know, the colors are so different that I keep thinking that I need to practice more to get more comfortable with them, if that makes sense. So that's why I keep going back to use them. I've like made a huge dent in the Payne's Grey and in the permanent alizarin crimson and in the quinacridone gold, which are essentially my favorite colors. But yeah, I think maybe if we do have time to do more, I need to start using the other colors more. I think I need to start branching out with my just with my color palette as a whole. I think I bought a book, a Pantone book about that just has like different color schemes in it and just talks about color as a whole and color harmonies and things. So I'm hoping that in looking at it, just by being exposed and seeing more colors, I will think of colors differently and I will pick different colors. But we'll see. What gouache did you order? Oh, thank you so much, Marie Louise. It was so nice painting Kew Gardens. Because honestly, before that, I was trying to figure out what I would paint in the accordion sketchbook. I was quite stuck because I felt like it had to be a theme, even though it doesn't have to be a theme. You already know, like my normal sketchbooks on a normal day, I want to have a theme, much less a sketchbook where if you open it, you see the whole thing. It just felt like natural, like it should have some sort of cohesion to it. And also, I knew I was making a video, and didn't want it to be like a rubbish video for you guys. But then when I went to Kew Gardens, not for the video, but just in general, I was so inspired. I was like, oh, this is great. I know exactly what I'm going to do. So that was really, really nice. And I think I had a really good time because I was just painting so many landscapes. Like especially since the 10-hour challenge, I have a lot of fun painting gouache landscapes. It's definitely something I want to keep doing. Um, and what are you doing Inktober? Impressive. I've never successfully done or attempted Inktober. I just don't feel like um I could do it. To put it simply. I don't think Yeah, like, and also I think I would just get too frustrated trying to figure out what to paint. So I haven't done that yet. Yeah, it does, and I can't put my finger on it. Like, I feel like, core moves around the page a lot. Holbein is like nice and bright and stays where you put it. Daniel Smith like reactivates really nicely and blends beautifully. And Roman Schmort, I love, but there's something different about it, and I can't put my finger on what it is. So I just keep using it until I figure it out. Oh, impressive. Yeah, yeah. I haven't used Arteza yet, but I do have my jelly gouache. I finished one set actually. Well, like maybe used 80% of it, and then the remainder was unusable because it all dried up. The book is this one. Let me actually put it on the big screen. Can you see it? So it's like a Pantone book. I can show you the inside. Yeah, let's put that there. So it starts off by talking about like colors as a whole, the psychology of colors, what different colors mean and represent, like green being nature, yellow being like, don't know, joy. Hold on, I read purple. I liked purple. Like with purple, for example, it was talking about the fact that you mix it, that in order to get it, you get blue and red, which are quite contrasting colors, and just how there's like a wide variation in purples and how they can mean different things. Like purples that are more red leaning are more exciting and sensual, whereas purples that are more blue leaning are quieter, and how you need to like figure out the color scheme when you're doing it. So that in itself was interesting. But then when you also get into it a little bit more, it then has like different themes, if you like, themes or moods, and then it suggests like three different colors. I can't necessarily picture paintings with all of these, but I figured that they would be interesting to look at. So this is, for example, the botanical, must be, yeah, the botanical like color schemes. And they're all like tetrad color schemes. I don't know which one this is. Like this is nurturing, this is tropical. But yeah, it may be like a fun game for myself. Is it a game if you do it? But it may be fun to literally like open a page in a random place and pick one of the color schemes and then just paint with that to like loosen up and to try different color schemes and to see what happens, just mess around with color. So that's pretty much it. Then at the end, it kind of talks about like color in marketing and in different cultures, and then it kind of tells you what it means if you like a certain color. So that I don't necessarily believe in, but but this is going to be fun to look at anyway. So a little bit of a tangent, but it is the Complete Color Harmony Pantone edition by Leatrice Easman. Just in case you guys were wondering. Don't speak Pantone. So each circle, the way that I interpret it, I don't know if that's what they intended, is that each circle is representing a color scheme. So they a color scheme made up of three colors, and each color has a Pantone color. So for example, this red is Pantone 7628. But irrespective of that, because they feel like they understand color harmonies and color patterns, etc., they're basically saying that these three colors would be one color scheme. This would be another color scheme. This would be another color scheme, and how you essentially could combine them to represent something. So robust, whatever robust means, or like romantic. So if you wanted to do something, create an art piece that had a romantic theme to it, you could use any one of these circles to represent that feeling or that what do I want to call it? Don't really know. That mood? Yeah, that mood. So yeah, so that's what they mean. So they just mean use these three colors to do that. I think that's how I'm interpreting it. Um, Obviously you don't have to stick to it or anything like that, but I just thought that it might be a nice way to play around with different colors and experiment a little bit. Um, but I can if you guys want, I can talk about it a bit more in on like Kofi. Maybe we could do like another sorry, maybe we could do like a paint date or something and then look through it and do it together. Geez, start early and do small pieces. Yeah, I have a 36 set of the jelly gouache. Um, like a new 36 set, to be honest, more than one. But one that is open at the moment. I honestly don't think I could finish 56, but I applaud you for trying. And what else? Yeah, the prices dropped on Amazon for some reason, which is a good thing. And Amazon were having the Prime sale, but I didn't find anything good. I was quite disappointed. I know that I shouldn't be buying any more art supplies, but I was really like eager to see if I could find something. Like I was hoping that the either the Holbein gouache or the M Graham gouache would go on sale so that I could buy it, but it didn't go on sale. This looks very similar to my other painting. Very, very similar. How can I change it? We'll see. Let's add more yellow. And yeah, no, I need to work on my sleeping pattern. It's actually a bit unreal. Um, Although today I really did want to go live, and part of me was like, oh, I should just go to sleep. And the other part of me was like, no, I want to go live. I'm gonna go live. And it just so happened that there's like some construction work going on near me. I don't know why it's going on at 3 a.m., 2 a.m., but it meant that it would have been difficult to fall asleep anyway. So why not relax before turning in, you know? Thank you. Yes, exactly. Completely disregard the Pantone numbers themselves. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. And then I'll just look for like similar colors. Because I think their numbers correspond to their like paints and their pigments that they have. But I think they do, I mean, I feel like they are the general go-to for colors as a whole. Um, But no, I am not buying their paints. Although I have their postcards, actually. I was going to do the like Pantone challenge, which is essentially I have postcards that have these Pantone colors with their Pantone codes and a block of the color. So I was going to do paintings on top of that. I think Temi Danso at the moment is doing the challenge as well, for 30 days and painting gouache painting using gouache over them. So I was going to do something similar, which is why I have it, but I haven't done it yet. Um, Try, why not? Oh, what are you gonna use it for? I have one of those printers, but I don't know what to use it for as of yet. And to be perfect, I think what I want to get is is a label printer because I loved putting together the Happy Mail. I really did. I had such a good time. Um, but writing out email, like writing out addresses for so many people was a lot. And I know to some it wouldn't have been a lot at all. But for me, there was just something, especially because I wrote notes for everyone and then I painted each print, and then I also like wrote on every dot card. It was a lot of writing basically. So I'm going to look into that at some point, maybe Black Friday, and we'll see. So this is the first one, which looks very similar to my maybe less similar now that I've added all these extra colors. I'm going for a fallish theme, I think. Fallesque, fall adjacent. So someone said brown is fall. Thank you. Yeah, I completely disregard the numbers. I knew that they had a purpose and that some people use them. I didn't know if it was like, Photoshop or interior design, or they seem to be like referenced everywhere. But for me, it was just so that I can play around with the colors. So this is the first one. No, thank you. Honestly, I had such a good time putting it together, and I feel like it's the least I could do to say thank you. So I do hope that you guys enjoy the Happy Meal when it arrives. And the thing is, I wanted to do a painting using the same colors so that we could compare the paper. I just didn't realize that it would be so similar to my other paintings as well. So it's fine. We'll have 4 paintings that will have similar colors. And then we'll see if you guys can observe any difference in the paper and how the paper behaves. Should we start with purple? So this is Mineral Violet again, mixed with a little bit of, actually, I'm going to make it so saturated that you won't tell it's mixed with anything else. Thank you. I was going for autumn. Yeah, I thought they were in Photoshop, having tried and failed to use Photoshop once. Let's do this. So starting with C's and then getting larger and doing like rough shapes, adding a bit of water and getting lighter as I go further out. Varying the amounts of pressure that I add, adding more water. And wiping off the excess paint and adding even more water so that the outside is very fair. And more. Okay, and then what colors did we use? Alizarin Crimson. This is permanent alizarin crimson. Part of me wonders if I should buy more of these that have dips in them, but then again, I don't know if I will actually finish them anytime soon. I have finished editing my video where I talk through, that's coming out tomorrow. Spoiler alert, mute me in 5 seconds for 10 seconds if you don't want to know what's coming. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm gonna talk through all my watercolor palettes. I say talk through, I'm gonna show them. I figured that if I talk through them, it would take too long. So that's gonna come tomorrow. I may not be there for the premiere is the only thing, which is why part of me wanted to like push it down. But as part of it, one of the things that I'm wondering is Maggie from Creating Cute Art did this like use it up challenge where she's trying to finish her Regina watercolors, and it had me thinking that perhaps I should try to finish one of my watercolors too, because it will give me an opportunity to really get to know that particular watercolor. So if there's one, after watching that video or off the top of your head, if there's a brand that you'd like me to just dedicate some time to, I won't use it exclusively, but to really dedicate some time to see if I can finish it. I even wonder, like, you know, how many paintings can I do with it and things like that. Then let me know. That is very true. That's what I was thinking as well. With regards to getting more Roman schmoll. To be honest, I've added them to my basket. I was just like, oh, but should I? Oh, but shouldn't I? You know, going back and forth. So I have a few days to decide. But yeah, I really do like the paints. Yeah, no, I use Procreate. I really tried with Photoshop, but I just couldn't understand it. Yeah, that's essentially what you're going to see. I have how many palettes do you guys think I have? Because I thought I wrote a list and I thought my list was accurate. And then when I did the video, I realized that my list was not accurate and I actually had more. You have 28 colors. How many do I have? I don't have. I have 19, I think. Do I? No. I have 17. Get them. Yeah. Are there any colors that you recommend? You can see my palette. Is there anything that you guys think is missing that I should consider adding? Just adding some Payne's Gray. To this. And with my leaves, just use the shape of the brush, just varying the pressure. So for thin and then thick and then thin again. Yeah, see, I put buff titanium in my basket just because I wanted to get the Daniel Smith one ages ago. I didn't. Don't know why I didn't get it with the Roman schmoll one earlier. But that's what's currently chilling in my basket. What's the purple? This purple here is Mineral Violet. It's beautiful. It reminds me of Rose, like a more purple version of Rose of Ultramarine, because it granulates quite a bit. Although I'm not adding enough water for you to actually see that, because I guess my natural instinct is to fight granulation. I don't know why. Even now, although like when I first started watercolors, I didn't like granulation at all, but now it's grown on me. Or I think more so that I think the colors are so beautiful when they granulate that sometimes I let it happen. This is Cobalt Teal PG50. And in my, like, I think it was a little while ago, but you know, I did a video where I think it says like it's called granulating colors or something. And I compare the Daniel Smith with the Schminke with the Roman schmoll. The colors that I have that to my eye look somewhat similar. So then you'll be able to see these next to like Rose of Ultramarine, for example, or Shire Blue, which is my Schminke granulating color. Yeah, no, like I love this color. Mineral Violet is beautiful, although I do love purples. It's definitely since I started painting thing. Before painting, I think the only color I liked some will say it's not a color, is black, was black. I wasn't really like and also I didn't like flowers before I started painting. I remember like I had a friend and we went to, where did we go? I can't remember. We went somewhere, but basically as part of it, we were like going on a walk and stuff. And they kept stopping to like look at the flowers and smell the flowers. And I just did not understand. I was like, I thought this whole stop and smell the roses thing was just a saying, not something that you're actually meant to do. But now I can't walk past really nice flowers without taking a picture. So you see, I've changed. Art has changed me. And I don't know how to say the second color that you mentioned, but is that a gray? Okay, got it. Yeah, gray. Because I feel like I've seen someone mention that as well. Like someone else mentioned that. And oops, my bad. It's a purpley gray. Got it. I will add that to my list. Yeah. Part of me is like, oh, should I? Shouldn't I? Should I? Shouldn't I? Have a look when you watch the when you watch the video tomorrow. You can either be like, oh yeah, I still think you need to add these, you know, Roman small colors to your collection, or you'll be like, no, you have so many watercolors. How about you finish this brand or that brand? You know, let me know what your feeling is. And picking up some more permanent alizarin crimson because I want to add some nice leaves. Can you tell any difference in the way that the paper is behaving? Or is this something more that I don't know how clear the differences are, or if it's just a thing of I can feel it, though they're not as obvious. I added a lot more yellow in that one, so I'll add more yellow in this one just so that we can do a bit more of a fair comparison. Are they leaves? Are they buds? Don't know. I think that's the same feeling I had when I was going through my collection. I was like, oh, this is so much, but I am so happy. No, I don't know the word, but I know the feeling. Don't worry, this is a safe space. More on that in a second. Okay, so same paints, different paper, can you see any significant difference? I mean, like, you know, besides the flowers and whatever, I mean, in the way that the colors presented, in the blending. So this is the first one. This is the second one. Exactly. And hold on. Okay. Can you see? Yeah. So this second one, this is the second one, right? And this is the Bao Hong paper, which is 100% cotton. And this one is the Clairefontaine paper, which is cellulose. You know, for the longest time, I was like, oh, I'm just going to use cellulose. There's no difference. Okay, yeah, there is a difference. But even then, I haven't used 100% cotton paper for watercolor a lot. I've literally just started. And I don't know why. I think this was on the side, and I was like, oh, I haven't painted with this paper in a while. Let me just try it out. But the first, like, one of the other striking things to me was like, if you look at this purple flower, like, can you see how there are back runs and the gradients? So the bits where I've added water aren't that like smooth. So it doesn't go, in terms of going from dark to light, the transition isn't that smooth. And there are backgrounds, like especially here, there's a hard edge. Whereas if I look at this one, it's just a little bit more, the gradient's a bit nicer, there aren't blooms. Even if you look at this flower, for example, it's more so like the transitions from dark to light, I think, are a lot nicer. So if you look at this reddish flower, again, it's a bit harsh, like here, from dark to light. Whereas on here, you don't have those. Even like here, where you could say, okay, it's a bit of a hard transition, it's still like somewhat smooth. It's not like a completely hard line. There aren't veins like there are here. So that's I didn't think I would notice that like much of a difference, but I did. And this is the one that I did earlier. And this is the a Clairefontaine. And it's so funny because if it wasn't for the fact, when I did this one, I was very happy with it. I thought the colors looked nice. I thought that, okay, there are some backgrounds, but it's okay. I really liked the way that that these colors blended into each other, like these roses blended into each other. I liked the colors in the palette, so I was happy. And then I did this one and I was like, wait a minute, what happened? Something is different. More so like, look, these transitions right here, bae. Like I don't know. I thought this was absolutely beautiful. No backgrounds, no stress of blooms, because I hate blooms. I know some people use it for stylistic choice, but I really don't like them. But yeah, no blooms whatsoever. So that was the second one. Not to say that this is bad, just to say that, like, oh, okay, I like this one more. I second this. Honestly, Roman Schmall is bae. Hey, Colleen, welcome. Oh yeah, you told me this. So just thought that would be like a fun little experiment. I didn't think that I would be so committed to this color scheme that all the paintings would look like, definitely feeling autumn, as you can tell. And you'll be happy to know I've now got a palette knife. Before I was struggling on taking these off, but now, thanks to you and your suggestions, I'm no longer slicing my paper. A little bit of ASMR. Paper tool. I had the best intentions and it's still tall. Okay. Ta-da. Thank you. Doing like feeling autumn vibes, if you like. My plan was to stay here for an hour and I thought 2 paintings would take me an hour to do. Alas, but we're here, 40 minutes in. Yeah. I don't, Dark Race, you must be so disappointed. If it's not that I'm tearing the tape, it's that I'm tearing the paper. Don't know why that keeps happening. But it's okay. To be honest, if I'm really that pressed, I'll just trim the paper and no one but us will know. Quinn Burnt Sienna. I like Permanent Alizarin Crimson. That is like one of my favorite colors. Mineral Violet. I like Shadow Violet as well. And Ocean Blue. I love Ocean Blue. And I like Quinn Gold. I basically like all these colors. But my favorite is Ocean Blue. Blue Ridge Burnt Sienna. Gonna have to look back on the thing on this chat and like make a note of everything. And I want to try Buff Titanium because I feel like it would be nice for like my urban sketches. Shall we do some Ocean Blue? See, I should really change my water, but I can't be bothered. Or does anyone have any strong preference for a color? Oh, okay, fine. Blue, cool. All I needed was the go-ahead. I love Ocean Blue as well. Let's try. Okay, let me bring back this paper. Can't finish my entire block, and I want to try doing like a different type of flower, not the peonies, but the almost like poppies. I don't know what they're called. Like, you know, 5-petal flowers that look like this, but are obviously not bright, beautiful blues. And what color would they be in the middle? They wouldn't be yellow, but why not? Why not add it? And let's do another flower here. Shall we do a peony? Let me know if I miss any comments. Magenta. I don't have a magenta, but I like magenta in gouache and watercolors as a whole, but I don't have their magenta. It's another color that is in my basket just because I like magenta in other brands, so I assume that their magenta should also be quite nice. And I keep fighting like reds. I don't feel like I use reds enough. / I don't really use them at all. So I was thinking that that might ease me into it because I think it will yield beautiful pinks. And let's add some transparent turquoise and a little bit of this, and let's do the middle dark, a little bit of dark here, and misty morning. Let's do another peony. Thank you for sharing. Let's make this even darker, add some contrast. That was a slip. Have I painted? No, I haven't, but I'm certainly open to it. I feel like when I did no, actually maybe once, when I was doing the 100-day challenge, I think because I was painting so many florals, not that it had to all be florals or that it was all florals, but that's how I discovered that I enjoyed painting florals. So because I was doing so many, I like really started experimenting and like painting different florals and drawing different florals and using different shapes. Like if you saw my sketchbook tour, probably my first sketchbook tour, I went through it. But now I've pretty much only done florals when I'm painting with you guys. Like I don't really I haven't really had that much time to just paint for myself. And when I do paint for myself, I tend to now be picking up gouache quite a lot. All that to say that it thus means I feel like when I'm painting now, I seem to do quite similar things. But maybe I'll do like another challenge. It won't be 100 days, but maybe I'll do like a challenge so that I can like start experimenting a bit more and trying different things. Because when I looked back on some of my sketchbook tours, I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to try this again, and I want to try that again, and I want to try this color scheme, and I want to try that color scheme, and all these little bits of experimentation that I wanted to try that I haven't done. And I think the reason I haven't done it is because a lot of the time now when I'm painting, it's for a video or for yeah, it's usually for a video or for a purpose, you know, not just for fun, which means that it feels like I haven't really got time to just be experimenting, because if the experimentation goes very wrong, then, you know, what will I do? I still have things I need to get done. Yeah, very, very gothic. I feel like people look and be like, all her flowers are kind of depressing, but I think it's I like it. I like the contrast. And we see, this is my thing is, yeah, and no shade, no disrespect. Mushrooms disgust me. So I know, like, I've seen so many paintings, and like I can appreciate the paintings, but there's just no way. um I mean, okay, never say never. Of course I could paint them, but I don't think I would enjoy the process. um there's something about them. But like, maybe if it was like one that had, the red top, like that, I think I'd be fine with. But I don't know, I saw some, yeah, otherwise I, you know. I think there are a few, but never say never. I may try it. I have like a jar of random things that I need to paint. Not need to, but that I wanted to like paint without thinking. So I'll add that to that and then see what happens. Don't like to paint them, just like to, don't like to touch them, just paint them, yeah. How was it? How are you finding your new Winsor and Newton, Colleen? Um, shall we? I'm thinking of doing more lives, like live streams, because I'm thinking that what I'd like to do is just videos where I'm like really just experimenting. So I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's, just like genuine sketchbook time. And that if people want to join in and like also spend time in their sketchbooks, they can. If you guys just want to chat, then we can do that too. But I think it will be good because one, I'll get to experiment and there'll be like a level of accountability for me in terms of like I'll get to create more art because it will feel like I'm doing it, for the good of the channel and to anyone who's watching. And two, if you guys are doing the same, then you'll also get to spend extra time in your sketchbooks. And then also hopefully it will help give the message that, have fun, enjoy, experiment. Art doesn't have to be stressful, shouldn't be stressful, kind of thing. But I can't do that while and then edit it and then do all that, if that makes sense. I think I like the idea of it being spontaneous. And then also with the caveat, as always, that if I truly hate if I truly hate the results, then I just won't save it. So we can laugh about it then and there live, and then no one else will know. So we'll see. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're loving it. I love gouache. Honestly, we had a love-hate relationship, but I think we've turned a corner and it's all love now. Because initially I was like, what is this medium? And I don't know why. Like I was finding it really hard, and yet I wanted to keep painting with it. Like I can't quite explain it. Mm. There's a meme. There's I don't know if it's like a meme or a guy. He's like a comedian basically um on Instagram, and he basically made a meme that was saying like if you're and I don't agree with this, but it just made me laugh so much. I sent it to my sister, and he was basically saying like if you're having a bad day, just give up and go home and get to bed and eat. Like not every bad day can be turned into a good day. Like sometimes just give up. That's what your message just reminded me of. I couldn't stop laughing when I heard it. Because also I was having a bad day. So to be fair, it did make my day brighter. Um, um, I did yellow. Still super moody. I still like it. Yeah, no, I love that too. It's just the other thing that made me laugh about it is that there was one day, one day a few years ago, where I was in uni and my commute to uni was maybe like just over an hour, and I was running late, so I remember like hitting a door or something as I was running on my way, but I just like kept going, got to uni, sat in the middle of the row, and then sat down, opened my bag, got my laptop out, opened the laptop screen, and it was cracked. So what when was running for, I think I was running for the train, and I hit that door, I must have cracked the screen. Bearing in mind it's like maybe 1 hour, 10-minute commute or something. And I'm sat in the middle with, people to the left, people to the right. And I was just looking at the cracked screen, and I closed my laptop, put it in my bag, got up, asked people to get up in a minute, like, maybe 5 minutes into the lecture, and then just went back home. I was so, I was so done with the day. I literally went back home and just went to bed. I was just like, I couldn't deal with the day. I was just like, I'm done. I'm actually done. And I think because I really loved that laptop, so I just yeah, I went home, got changed into my pajamas, and went to bed at like at this point it must have been midday or something. Um, and then my mom is so sweet. I laid in bed for so long that I eventually fell asleep. And obviously, I think my mom was like, "Oh, what are you doing home?" I was like, "Oh, my laptop broke, and I just can't deal." This is the one and only time that this has happened in terms of like ditching uni and just being like I'm done with the day. But but again, I was just like I can't. So while I was sleeping in the middle of the day, having decided I was done with today and I needed to wait for tomorrow, my mum took my laptop, went to a computer repair place and replaced it. So when I woke up, it was actually fixed, which is so sweet. But yeah, honestly, sometimes it's just one of those days. um So yeah, also you say this like sitting in bed with comfort food. I didn't even I can't even remember like the the thought process. I just remember seeing the crack and being like, I am done. Like, when you're already having a bad day, running late, hitting everything, running for the train, finally get in there, like the whole day already felt like a mess. And this was like when it's just because I had no idea. And when I opened it and I just saw the crack across, I was like, nah, I'm done. I'm actually done with today. Yeah, my mom is so sweet. I had no idea because I literally, it's not even like I didn't even check to see how to repair the screen or where I can send it or solve I was just done. I was just like, I'm going to bed. Yeah, like fully I've admitted defeat. I'm not going to pay attention in this lecture, in the lecture after that, or any lecture to follow. My laptop is broken. I'm just going to bed. It was literally the straw that broke the camel's back. So I still think about it every so often because it made no logical sense. And I'm like, oh, what's the solution? Let me find it. Let me see if I can, like, I would have still left that lecture, but maybe gone to like the computer repair place to see if they could repair it. But I was literally like, I'm just going home. Like, I can't deal, and I'll deal with it tomorrow. But thankfully, thank God for my mum. She took it, didn't tell me anything, just took my bag from the side of the bed while I was sleeping and went and got it repaired. What an absolute babe. So that's a little a little story time for you guys. And I think, should I do like little swatches so that we remember what we used? Although I don't feel like I mixed that much. So I'll do this. And then the purple. Oh, you can't see. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, my mom is like the sweetest person in the world. Like, she's so sweet. Like, yeah, I couldn't ask for a better mom, to be perfectly honest. And yeah, she's just a really nice person, And then let's swatch out the blue. Hey, welcome. Thank you so much. I know I keep thinking, and I want to say that I'm going to work on it, and I will work on it, but I would love to kind of be a bit more organized and be like, oh, okay, I'm going to be live every Friday, so that then people who want to join will know. But I just like get in the mood to come live at random points. That's essentially the issue. Like, if I don't want to, I feel like you have to be in a certain mood to want to paint, to want to, come live. And it's so hard to predict it. And I wouldn't want to come on live just because I scheduled it if I don't want to be on, if that makes sense. I don't know. But I will work on it, because if I was you guys, I would be like, oh, so hard to predict. Is she coming on at 2 p.m. UK time? Is it going to be 3 a.m. UK time? Like, there's no there's no rhyme or reason. Yeah, I think so. I think I might have to do that. Because you see, I have so many ideas. I was like, oh, maybe what I'll do. These are things. Yeah, no, I'm super. Again, it's funny because I did this personality test for one of my uni modules. It was, I think it's called the Big Five, if that makes sense. So it basically like sees where you are on a scale of a whole bunch of different things. And one of the one of the personality traits that they were talking about was whether you're conscientious or whether you're slapdash. And I genuinely, hand on heart, thought that I was conscientious. I was like, oh, I'm not, I like to plan things, I like to get everything in order. And then I did this test and it said I was like so far slapdash. It was unreal. And I was so shocked by it. Oh, good night. Good night, Laurie. Sleep well. I was so shocked by this this quiz thing saying that I was like not conscientious and not like organized. I was like, oh my goodness, how could this be the case? That I actually went to my sister and I was like, can you believe that this personality quiz, which is meant to be like quite good, I've done it and it's basically said that, I'm slapdash, go with the flow, blah blah blah. And she was like, how do you not know this about yourself? And I genuinely thought that I don't know. I think because I am organized, but I'm also incredibly spontaneous. But I had no insight into that until I did that quiz. Like honestly, I was shocked. Shocked. And she was like, she could have told me that for free. So yeah, I think part of it is coming through on YouTube, which is why like I'm now trying to post on the weekend so that there's some level of consistency. Or maybe a different five. Different. I'm not talking about the banking big five or the sporting goods big five. I think it's a personality. I think it's called the big five or something five. It's like one is like looking at, I can't remember what the rest are, but this one hit me deep. This one telling me that I can't plan. But yeah, I think that's a good idea, Dark Roast, doing one that I schedule, that I stick to, and then the rest I can just go live whenever I want. Yeah, see, I'm the same. I'm very much the same. And I'm trying to not control it too much because I don't want to then not enjoy creating art, if that makes sense. Like I feel like if I try to make it too regimented and that's the other thing that I was quite aware of. Like there are some things that I want to paint just because I want to paint and I want to create and I want to experiment. And there are some things that I think will be helpful and will make good videos. And also sometimes, say for example, if I'm doing like color play and I'm working on color theory and everything like that, and I'm doing it in my own time, and then I think, oh, that would be helpful, let me then make a video, is not quite the same. So basically what I'm trying to say is that I don't want to make everything too regimented because then I think I won't enjoy it as much. Which is why I'm thinking that if I start doing lives and I accept that it won't be structured, or everyone accepts that it won't be structured, it won't be it'll be like this, I guess, and it'll be more of like me experimenting and playing around. And if I am doing color play or I'm trying to experiment with different things, it will be like learning together. And then that way, there's some form of documentation for those who will find it helpful where they can see the process. And then I can also make more edited videos later on. That is the aim. We'll see how that goes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The big five: openness, conscientiousness, agreeableness, extroversion, and neuroticism. Yeah. That's the quiz I did. And turns out I'm not conscientious, according to that quiz. And according to my sister. Let me write this. I'm waiting for this to dry so that I can write on it. Payne's Grey. And then this was Mineral Violet. Was it just Mineral Violet or Mineral Violet and Payne's Grey? Let's just say Mineral Violet. Mineral violet. And then this is ocean blue. And then last but not least, Quin Gold Hue. I didn't know. Do you know that Michael Harding now has watercolors? The guy that makes the company / the guy who makes oil paints. They're now on Jackson's. Kind of curious. Part of me wants to get them to try them to see. And the other part of me is like, I should just use the paints I have. It's so hard. So hard loving all these paints. The other thing I should probably write, maybe I'll write it on the back, is like the actual paper that this is so that I can know. And I should also start figuring out what to do with this, with my paintings. Claire Fontaine. Bao Hong. The other thing I need to see is if this paper is double-sided. The Bao Hong paper, the 100% cotton. That would be good to know. But ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, my shortest live stream known to man, which lasting a shocking 1 hour and 12 minutes as opposed to the usual 2 hours, but keeping to theme, ending at a ridiculous time, 4 a.m. But I hope that you've enjoyed it, even though it was quicker than the rest. And I hope that you enjoyed discussing different Roman Schmull colors. Get in on the sale. If you are interested, please consider using my link, as it's an affiliate link, so that helps the channel. I'm trying to see if I can lay these out in a nice way so that you can see all of them. No, thank you. Yeah, 4:30 a.m. This is ridiculous. I am a night owl and I'm tired, but I could still stay up. Like, it would be easier for me to stay up until 6 a.m. than to go to sleep at 10 and wake up at 6. I don't know why. Yeah, by all means. I really like this one as well. All the rest are quite autumny. Can you see them? These were the two that I did before we started. That made me think that I should compare these papers to begin with, because, yeah, let me put that there. I really like that. Thank you so much. I really, really enjoyed doing this. I love, to be fair, I know that I'm like, oh, I don't want to do live streams when I'm not in the mood. But to be perfectly honest, every time I do the live streams, I enjoy them. Like, there hasn't been a live stream yet that I haven't enjoyed. And even now, as I'm doing a live stream, part of me wants to continue. The other part of me is very aware that I have a lot of things to do in a few hours. So it's definitely something that I want to do more regularly. It's funny because at the beginning of the year, my aim, one of my goals, and I think it's the only goal that I've met thus far, the only art / YouTube goal that I set that I've met so far, was that I wanted to do 3 live streams, because I I wanted to do I thought that if I did one and I didn't like it, then it might just be that I didn't like it because I wasn't used to it. So I told myself I would do 3, and having done 3, I would then make a decision as to whether it's something that I would want to keep doing or whether it's something that I would say, no, it just doesn't work. And I really do enjoy them. I don't do them that often because it cripples my analytics. Which basically like which on one hand is like, oh, okay, it's numbers, but on the other hand, it's the one of the main ways that I have to know whether people actually want to see it or people actually enjoy it or whether I should divert my energy towards doing something else. But I enjoy them so much, so I am going to do more of them. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you so much for joining us, Claire. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. No, but yeah, I will do another one because also I wanted to discuss, and I'm like, it's the end of the live stream, so it's probably not the best time to discuss it. But I watched a video by Kelsey Rodriguez. Is that her name? I think so. She's one of the YouTubers, and she was basically just talking about hate comments, which was such a sad video to see, such a sad video to watch. So maybe that will be for another live stream to just discuss the community. I must say I'm like super 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 grateful because like I don't get comments like that. Obviously my channel's a lot smaller. But yeah, I don't know how she deals with it. Like someone I think the do more live streams on another platform so the numbers don't get weird on YouTube. That is an option. That is an option. That's a good idea. To be honest, I considered doing the same for like when I wanted to experiment with YouTube Shorts. So I might do that, but then the other part of me is worried that it might just end up being too much work. Say one does, I don't know. I think the reason that I didn't do it with the shorts was that I thought, okay, well, what if one gets bigger than the other, or if people find it confusing? I don't know. But it is something that I may end up doing because they it, live streams I think are good for people who enjoy them, but I think quite a few people don't. Maybe I'll do another poll on the community to see what people think. And I think that live streams are good for the people who are watching them live. And I try to be aware of the fact that someone's going to be watching on replay. Hence we're doing painting and hopefully still entertaining. But I am aware that it may not be as entertaining for someone who's watching it on replay as opposed to someone who's watching it live. I know. No, the thing is, I think to be honest, her video did like it hit me. Like I was like, oh, that is something that I worry about as well, because I don't know how I would deal. Like the comments that she was talking about wasn't just like they were mean. They were like really, really mean comments about her appearance, about the way that she speaks, about her clothes, about her weight, about everything. And then this other YouTuber, Adam, I've forgotten his name, he made a really nice video basically like supporting her and talking about it as well. And he pointed out that he doesn't get comments like that at all. And that his opinion was that this is an issue more so for the women on YouTube, which I hadn't really thought about before. I just thought like trolls are everywhere, but he was just saying, he's done this for 10 years and no one comments things like that to him. Whereas she's done it, for a few years, like maybe like 2 or 3 years, and she's just getting consistently hammered by negative comments. And then I remember Natasha Newton as well was saying that she was getting quite a few negative comments as well. So I didn't know if I just don't know why people are mean. And for me, to be perfectly honest, I haven't got like mean mean comments. I've gotten some comments that I just didn't really understand the purpose of. Um, like, I don't know, like a few people commenting on, talk. You should talk faster. No, you should talk slower. Or just like random things like that. Not liking the way I talk. Not liking that I do shorts. Not liking that I do live streams. Not like you. Do you see what I mean? Like comments like that, or comments about how much I spend on art supplies. Comment like things like that. But I haven't had anyone be like as mean as they were being to her. And even then, like when I got comments that by all means, my sisters were like, okay, it's not a nice comment, but like let it go. When someone was like, oh, you should talk slower. I was like, how can someone be so entitled that they think they have a right to tell me how to speak? Like, how about you listen faster? I'm joking. I was so irritated by it, and I was like, if someone saying something like that gets this much of a reaction out of me, what exactly? How would I react um to the comments that she's been experiencing? And then I also wondered about yeah, is it because they're women? Is that why? Honestly, I was so offended. My sister was like, "Ah, let it go," and I couldn't. I couldn't. It's just like I just find it very odd, right? That someone will come to my channel, watch my video, and then tell me to speak. Like, how can you? I have never thought to go and tell someone to do something different. Anyway, I don't know. Um, I just just find it thing. I was like, oh, um, yeah. Well, that's the thing. To my ears, I have an accent. Yeah, and that's the thing. I know that I talk fast, and to be perfectly honest, I watch things in double speed. So I think also that isn't helping matters because when I watch back my videos, I watch my videos in 1.5 speed. So I know that I'm talking faster than most. And yeah, that to be fair, that's what I told her. Just slow down a video. Like YouTube has that feature, but no, I'm not changing the way that I'm going to speak. Or someone was like, oh, they don't like when I say um guys or you guys, or can I stop referring to people as guys? And I was like, no. uh no, I want to say what I want to say. Um, but yeah, yeah, no, it's just odd. Well, this is the thing. Like, her comments, and she showed like the screenshots, were just so much worse. They were so um mean and horrible. And I was just thinking, like when Adam said, "Oh, he doesn't get comments like that, and he's been doing it for 10 years," and um someone else was just saying like there are plenty, like you have to wonder, do people like James Gurney or um the artist on the Mind of Watercolor, do the men in art YouTube get the same barrage of harassment that the women do? I just genuinely think trolls should stop trolling. I don't understand what makes someone go and start trolling to begin with. I think, you know, the same way we teach kids that if it's not nice, maybe you should keep it to yourself. I think the same thing kind of applies. Like, yeah, if it's not nice, you don't like it, just go to someone else's channel. You don't have to watch, you don't have to be mean. Um, like I had someone who kept messaging, about, oh, they'll never watch a live stream. They don't like live streams. They hate live streams. That's what they were commenting on my live streams. I'm like, well, then don't watch the live stream. Like, I don't understand. Why would you come on my live stream and tell me you don't like live streams? Don't watch it. Click off. I love live streams. I love doing lots of different content. But yeah, anyway, that's a chat for another time. Yeah, no, it probably is. It's just odd because I literally thought there were toxic people everywhere, especially on YouTube. But but the point that he'd made, like it's quite an interesting video about, it's probably because she's a woman, had me thinking like, whoa. I hadn't thought of that. I thought people were just mean in general, and still I didn't understand it. But he was like, no, he doesn't get hate comments like that at all. Anyway, I'm hoping genuinely that the community that we'll build here will just be positive and nice. Like, I can't believe we're over 4,000 subscribers, which is insane. And thankfully, like, everyone's been really nice. So that's what I'm hoping, that will stay that way. Her solution at the moment is that she's not going through the comments and that she's just using Discord and Patreon more, which is sad, but whatever she has to do to protect herself is better. But yeah, I'm like, okay, that's a caveat, because if it gets too much, I will just be on Ko-fi all the time, and I'll just back out. I don't have to tolerate any form of abuse. But yeah, no, thank you guys so much. I feel like I can't believe it. I wonder. Part of me is wondering if we could get to 5,000 by the end of the year, and then I kind of feel like, to be honest, I can't even believe, like, we started the year with 800, like just over 800 subscribers, and now we're at 4,000, which is insane. And even then, if you remember, I did the video where you can see the growth of the channel, and the fact, like, in the first month I had 6 subscribers. I was my own subscriber, so I was one. I have many siblings, so I'm pretty sure they were the others, and I'm pretty sure some of them didn't subscribe. And then month two, I think, was 13 subscribers, or 7. No, it went 7 and then 9 and then 13, right? Like, so 7 in the first month, 9 in the second month, 13 in the second month, and now it's insane. I can't believe it. It's unreal. But no, I'm really grateful for all of you, honestly. Like, honestly. I think this year has been a lot of fun. Not just like, yeah, like, I'm enjoying art a lot. I'm enjoying creating videos. I'm loving hanging out with you guys. I'm loving the live streams. I created a Ko-fi, which can I just say, because I know most of you are on it already, like, one, thank you so much. You have no idea, like, how strong the imposter syndrome can be sometimes. I was convinced that next to no one would join. Like, I genuinely thought, okay, no one's going to join. And bless them, 2 of my siblings actually joined Ko-fi to, like, support me, because I guess they were like, oh, no matter what, you will have at least 2 people on your Ko-fi, because we will join. And not only that, like, to have you guys join and to have you support and to have you, like, yeah, it's just been a lot of fun. And I think it's helped me artistically as well, because I keep thinking of art challenges to do. And honestly, I think about what you guys want all the time. Maybe a bit too much, maybe more than I should, but because it's a lot of fun, and I really want it to be something that you guys enjoy and something that grows into something fun for all of us. Does that make sense? So if you were to have ideas of something that you wanted me to do there, then please let me know, because I want you to enjoy it. And as I say, it's made a massive difference. I showed you guys the tripod, right? I got the tripod thanks to Ko-fi. So we're making waves. But yeah, I can't believe, finished painting 25 minutes ago and then just decided to chat to you guys for 25 minutes. I'll put this. I will figure out what to do with my paintings. But I should probably go to bed. It makes sense. Good. I'm glad. I am glad. Yeah, I know. And to be fair, part of me is like, oh, well, people watch this back. That being said, I love watching the Frugal Crafters like sat chat. And I don't know why, because I know you can't talk back to her, and it's not live. But I enjoy watching them, so I'm hoping that you're, even though it's almost 5 a.m. Yeah, even though it's almost 5 a.m. and even though I'm not painting, I really do enjoy chatting with you guys as well, which is why I keep staying on after the live streams. But I I think we should have another paint party with on Kofi. Just need to figure out when and how. Good. I'm glad you got your colors. I think I'll have a look and I think about it and then um maybe get some stuff tomorrow, I want to say. Not today. Today I'll be very busy, but maybe tomorrow because I want the buff titanium. I'm going to look into the grey that you guys mentioned. And then there was another set of colors. When I look at this, I'm like, really and truly, I do have like quite a complete palette. Um, but the magenta maybe. I don't know why I got cypress burnt umber, but I guess it granulates so much. And Indian red. But yes, my loves, I should probably go to bed unless anyone has anything they want to add. And I should say, that's my Kofi. There we go. So that it makes sense. I am sleepy now. CBU was in my initial plan. Good morning slash good night. You know what's funny? The fact that my mum will wake up tomorrow, well, tonight, well, later on in a few hours and see that I've been live until this time because I was talking to her at I started I was talking to her at 11 and I told her I wanted to go live, but we were talking, so I don't know if I would. And then we finished talking at midnight, so I was like, oh, I'll probably go to bed. But then I was editing the video and that took 3 hours to save. But so she's gonna wake up and see that I went live and finished at a ridiculous hour. She keeps telling me about my sleep pattern, and it's true. Like I think one thing that I'm going to really work on coming forward is getting a routine. I need to get to set a nighttime routine. I have no nighttime routine. I have no morning routine, and it's not good. And I think as I'm getting older, there are certain things that you can do when you're younger and it's just like, it's fine. And then you get older and your body is like, what is this? This is not acceptable. This is not fine. Um and I think not having a sleep routine is one because now I was never a morning person, but now mornings are getting a lot harder. And I think it's because I go to bed whenever I want and that time doesn't always make sense. So we'll see. Thank you so much, Christine. Yeah, 3 hours to save. That's how long. And bear in mind, Dark Roast, it's taken 3 hours to save to my hard drive. I now have to upload it to YouTube. So once I end the live stream, I will put my hard drive back, upload it, and then go to sleep because that will take another 2 hours to upload. And then tomorrow it will go live. Do you guys enjoy the premieres or not that much? Because I think I won't be home tomorrow at the time that I want to put it out, which means that I don't know if I'd be able to join a premiere, which means that I should just put it out there because if I'm not there to actually talk to you, then it feels a bit rude, no? So I will put it up tomorrow. I may not be there. It may go straight live or it may premiere. We'll see. But yeah, no, that's how long. I don't know if the time it takes is normal or if it's because my Mac is 6.5 years old. But I really like my Mac. I don't want to get a new one, especially because like now they don't come with USB slots. So you have to get extenders and everything. And the idea of getting an extender to then attach everything just seems so long. Like I like the fact that I can just attach everything to this one. But the battery life is now like the battery is not great. Even the Mac itself is telling me you need to service this battery, you need to change this battery. But they told me that to change it, it would take like over 2 weeks. 2 weeks with no laptop. Don't really know what I would do with myself, not gonna lie. Mm, yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. I'll know more tomorrow. I have a problem. Do you know what I'm going to do? I think to get this I don't want to say like off my chest, but to like satisfy this need to be live and to chat with you guys, I think I will just need to do like a day live stream. Like I need to get it out of my system where I literally just live stream for the entire day, like 10 hours or whatever, and then everyone just jumps in, jumps out, jumps in, jumps out, and then I will, once I feel like I have nothing more to talk about, then I can just end the live. Because think about it, like it's so nice to have people to like talk to about art supplies, about YouTube, about everything. It's just really really nice. And obviously like I talk to my family about it, but you guys actually get it, you actually enjoy like the art supplies I've you've helped me with my list. I can now like have a bit more of a wish list. Miss Ebony has completed her order through our chats. Mhm. Yeah, no, me too. See, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I know. Hey, Alicia. Yeah, no, I think I will have to do that. The only limiting factor is always the technology, but I'll have to figure it out because I really do you guys remember Dawson's Creek? I think it was Dawson's no, One Tree Hill, or was it Dawson's Creek? There was one of them that had a girl who used to live stream. She just used to leave her camera on all the time. And this must be a show from the late 90s or noughties. What was that? Her like I can't remember her name. She had like blonde hair and she used to just live stream. Anyway, I when I watched it at the time, I thought it was weird, but now I'm like, actually, it's pretty cool because then it will feel like we're together the whole time and we can paint, we can chill. I was just thinking like, what would I do when I get hungry? Like, would I eat on a live stream? is that is that weird? Would I? I don't know. We'll figure it out, but I think we should definitely do it live. But yes, you are right. I should go to sleep. I am so glad that you guys joined me for this live stream, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. And I hope that you enjoyed taking a closer look at the Roman schmore. And I hope that you have a wonderful day, whatever time it is, wherever you're at. And good night. I really enjoyed it as well. Yeah, just eat. Yeah, I'd have to take it, but I feel like that with a bathroom break, at least I would be off camera. Or I would be eating in front of you guys. Isn't that a bit weird? Maybe not. Good night. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Yeah. Bye. Thank you for joining. Night. Cool. At least I know that won't be weird. Bye, Nadanya. Bye.